Hello, 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 hello.
All right, we're good.
We good?
Adjustment's good, yes.
Okay, so are we on?
Yes, we are.
We are live on a million different platforms. Welcome to Shop LC. Welcome. I am Cheryl B. Cheryl Benvenuto. You can follow me on Cheryl Magical Journey. That's Instagram, or Magical Journey Cheryl on Instagram, or Cheryl Benvenuto on Facebook. And so anyway, we're going to have a great show. I have all kinds of beautiful rocks and minerals to show you and sell you, hopefully.
And we are live on
teach
YouTube
you
as well.
And we're live on YouTube also as well. So we are expanding our platform. And the best thing about today and every day, I'm going to be doing this once a week, 6 to 8. So people, and it's 7 to 9 on the East Coast. So get used to seeing me, my face regularly. I have a bunch of shows planned in the future. This is the first one. So this has sort of been planned, but not really. Very impromptu. We just pulled some really cool gem and mineral specimens. I didn't have a chance to actually go into the warehouse and pull the material I wanted, but we still have some great stuff. And remember, when you buy something, every single piece will be entirely different. They all are individual pieces. It's the price, it's the gram weight, it's the quality which is going to be there, but every single price is going to be entirely different. Also, because we're on live on all the platforms, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, we offer 25% off whatever price I give you live now in the next 2 hours. When you go to check out, you will type in live 25 in the promo logo, and that will automatically prompt to 25% off the price that we've given you already. So you get an extra 25% off. And what about shipping today?
Anything over 50?
Okay, anything over 50?
Correct. And we do
Free
have
shipping. And remember, these are rocks. These are going to weigh a lot to ship. So free shipping is key to keep money in your pocket. Because you know what? When you start selling rocks, it adds up to quite a bit of money in shipping alone. So free shipping, anything over 50. You can put stuff in your cart, or they can accumulate up to 50, correct?
Yes.
Okay, Ilias is my man behind the scenes, so he is going to be helping me out quite a bit. If there's emails that come in, if there's questions that come in, if you just want to say hello, please type it in the comment column and I can see it appear. I hope we have a lot of followers. Like I said, I'll be doing this every Tuesday from 6 to 8, 7 to 9 East Coast. We have an array of shows we're going to put together. I'm going to try to do like a whole hour of amethyst, a whole hour of shungite, maybe a whole hour just palm stones. So as it gets better and better, and I get used to what we're selling, we're getting in new material, that these shows will be offered with a plan, and I'll be putting it out there on my platform, advertising that morning what I'm going to be selling that day. So please stay tuned. Very excited. Hopefully also a beeline will eventually come to fruition, which is my plan, and to have a 2-hour bee show at some point. But that's also in the works, so I'll keep you posted on that. Okay, so Elias, you're going to read me any emails that come in, correct?
Yes.
Hi, Donna. Nice to see you. My friend in St. Augustine just came on, and I'm sure you had a nice Mother's Day. Today is my mother Lois's birthday. She would have been 94. She passed in 2016, and I'm wearing my great-grandmother's ring, my wedding band, and I thought about my mom all day long. And it was funny because Mother's Day never really was important because I could never remember what day of the year it comes on, but my mom was born on Friday the 13th. And everybody says that's an unlucky day. Well, if she wasn't born, I wouldn't be here. So Friday the 13th has always been an awesome day for me, and I've always remembered my mom's birthday because of that. So happy birthday, Lois. I know you're watching. So we are going to bring you some crazy stuff, some stones and assortment, and I'm going to start with a piece of labradorite. So we start number 1.
Correct.
So this is labradorite. And you can see this has a beautiful sheen on it, right? So labradorite was discovered in Labrador, Canada in probably like 1898, I think, like that, something like that. It was only in the last couple hundred years. It's not a stone that has been like rubies, gems, diamonds, emeralds, all that stuff has been around for hundreds of years, thousands of years. Where some of the stones that we're bringing you, the gem and minerals, are much later found in the last couple hundred years, because years ago, when they would find something, and a lot of gemstones were discovered where they were mining for metal. So if they were mining for silver, you have all your chromium diopsides, all your gems that have that mineral from these surrounding mines. And they pretty much just threw away what we call them tailings. And it was anything that was not able to facet into a real expensive gemstone or a metal. And as we progressed in the world, we started realizing that these stones that we were throwing off as tailings, some of them were really, really beautiful and could be polished, just the face of them. You didn't actually have to facet them. And facets are all those cuts that gives you all that light, all that sparkle of light. When light goes in a facet, it bounces around. And then that's what brings out that, we call it the play of color, like in a diamond or a moissanite. You can see I have on my moissanites today. Look at how nice those are. Folks, you wouldn't even know these are moissanites. You'd think those are diamonds. And this is a Shop LC piece. Okay, enough about that ring. So, if you want a piece of labradorite this size, pretty much, they're all going to range in different sizes, different variations slightly in the weight, but labradorite is that play of color, right? Look at that. Blues, greens, fabulous stone. The backside is also polished. It's hard to see with the studio light, but there is flashes of color throughout this entire stone on every surface. I can see some here. And we pay extra to have the backs polished. A lot of countries, when we export out of that country, it's mandatory that you have to have that done, and you also have to pay for it. It's part of their trade agreement to get minerals that are mined in their country out. So labradorite is a great stone for strength and courage. If you need a little bit of that, I always think about this as like a more masculine stone. I mean, everybody loves labradorite, but when you think of strength and courage, you think of like just something really strong, muscular, and has that mindset like they can tackle the world. Well, that's what labradorite does. It gives you that mindset. So you might be a little skinny twig, a little teeny person, and you need a little boost, this is going to get me through, I'm going to power through what I need to courage through. Maybe this should be the stone that you should put into your collection. Maybe you're starting a gem and mineral collection. If you are, labradorite's a great way to start. It's a conversation piece. So I'm going to start this we are going to tell you the price now that we've talked about this for quite a while. And so this piece can be yours today for
I do have it on there as well.
$47.99. $47.99. The gram weight is going to be approximately 4,900 to 5,000. 4,900 to 5,000 grams of labradorite. You can see this is flat on the bottom, which means it's ready to be put on a bookshelf. You could use this as bookends. You could use this as a front door stopper. Put it by the entranceway of your door. Put it anywhere that you have a front entranceway. I have a long table in my apartment that I have a beautiful picture, and I have a vase, and I have this beautiful piece of labradorite on one side of the vase and another piece of Vivianite on the other side. So I like this to be seen because it has that play of color, and it's just awfully pretty. So Becky Booker's watching. Hi, Becky. So let's talk about the price. If you type in Live 25 in the promo bar at the end when you go to checkout, you will get an additional 25% off. Ilias, and that brings it down. 25% off is $18.74. That's almost $20. That's crazy. Brings this price down to $37. $37. That's a pretty good chunk of labradorite for $37. I guarantee if you went to Tucson or to the show that's coming up in Kansas City or Chicagoland or Plano, Texas, this piece is going to be a lot more than that. And you know what? If you don't have a wholesale license, you're going to pay about, I'm going to say probably probably 125, maybe 150 for this piece, realistically. You might find it somewhere for 80, but you won't find it for $37.99. That's only here at Shop LC. So if you're interested in buying this, hi Mark. Nice. He says, hello, I sent a message. Okay. Well, we will be reading the messages. Happy that we have everybody aboard. Keep coming on in. This is Gem. Thank you very much. This is our Gem Smackdown 2-hour, my first show on this allotted time slot. I'll be here every week from the same time, except when I'm maybe on vacation, but I should be here every single week with a lot of great gemstones. Okay, $37.49. Voila. First piece in and out, and we're at 6:15. Okay, so I spent 15 minutes on this. I have 2 hours. I'm going to start rolling a little bit faster.
You want to jump into our larger size labradorite?
Well, that was it. That was the bigger one.
Oh, was it? Okay.
The next one is smaller. So, okay, I'll do that. Let's just go in order. So, we are moving on to voila. Now, I'm going to show you the difference because it's the gram weight, but you see how this one has a lot more blues in it. Now, every single piece now this one has a lot more greens to me. So this is about roughly half the size. It still has very good thickness, flat on the bottom. You know, it can be laid almost any direction. It's polished on all four sides. More than that, yeah, of course. So you can put it this way if you want. You could actually put it on a little pillow if you want to put it up like this. It does not have to lay like that. That's just the longer. And if you want to do these as bookends, or for some type of feature in your decorating, you know, if you want to buy one for you and one for somebody else to make that price over $50, because this price is going to be a great price. It's not going to be $37.99. This one is going to be insane. So, okay, this is a really good sized chunk of labradorite, right? Labrador, Canada. So now I'll finish a little bit more of the story. I might as well tell you what it's going to be in price because I'm going to keep talking about it because this is spectacular. So we're going to bring this down. This is a Shop LC price to $19.99. $19.99. But remember, you get 25% off that. So this piece of labradorite is now $15. Okay? $15. Look at it. Look at how big that is. $15. Hi, Lisa. How you doing? Always bending when you share with your friends. Lisa. Lisa is our amethyst friend from her husband from Uruguay. And she was running for Best Mom, and I hope she's doing well. I see that you're on there. I'm happy that you tuned in, honey. And so my cousin Patty is watching. Okay, lots of people coming in that I know. Thank you for tuning in. So I'm here on the Shop LC platform. They are filming on all networks, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all that, and I'm filming on my personal platform on Facebook. So I see all my good friends coming in. Thank you. I love you. I'm having a great time in Texas. I'm loving it here. Okay, this piece through Shop LC, $14.99. Gram weight on this is going to be 3,175 grams. So every single piece is going to be entirely different size, different shape, but they will all be roughly the same weight. So if you are interested, remember, go put these in your cart, go on to, so they go on to
Shop 2.
Shop, so this is number Shop 2.
Yes.
And they put it into the comment bar?
Correct. They'll comment Shop 2 in the comment section, and then once they comment that, they'll get a link in their direct messages.
Okay. So if you put Shop 2 in your comment, Ilias just said you'll get a direct link.
Correct.
And then it will bring you up to your order. So if you want to order these, because $15, who wouldn't? If you're, hello, listen, folks, all my friends out there that know I drove thousands of miles with weight of stone in my back of my truck. I couldn't sell this for $15. No way. I would have to buy, 100 kilos of just labradorite. Okay, $15 today. If you like this, Shop 2. It's $19.99. Shop LC price, and you plug in Live 25 in the promo bar where you check out. I'm making this sound very confusing. It's super easy. Okay, if you have any questions, you can call the personal shopper also at 888-835-2237. So, for anybody that didn't get that, look what I have for you. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. It's right in front of you, 888-835-2237. That's because all of us don't have a memory like some. So I made it nice and easy so you can just call a personal shopper. Say, yes, I saw Cheryl on the live show tonight. I want 10 of these. I want them shipped all to different people. Let's say you want one shipped to Donna and one shipped to Lisa and one shipped to Xylee. They will handle all that for you. They make it super, super easy for you. They make shopping a joy. And you know what? It's fun selling too. So $19.99, shop 2, and we're going to move on. Okay, we are going to amethyst on the stand. Correct. Lisa, don't be hating on me because of this. Okay, this is Brazilian amethyst, not Uruguayan. Okay, so we have this on a stand. It comes on the stand. It's pretty large. It can cover my face almost. Hello? Hello? Would you like some royalty in your life? Well, maybe you do want a big chunk of amethyst. It's permanently on the stand. It's a wrought iron. If Patty's watching, remember that joke with that wrought iron bed? That was a personal family joke. Nothing dirty. We didn't really know what wrought iron was. Okay. Wrought iron stand, amethyst. The back of it's all done. This is a complete display piece. So, the amethyst. Bing, bang, boom. Okay. Shop 3 Correct. Would be in the comment code. That is $279.99 on my sheets. $269 you have there. I have $279. Okay, Ilias, you tell me.
We're going to go with the web price.
Okay, so we're going $269.99. But if you put in the promo Live 25, you get 25% off. Boom, boom, boom. And that comes down to $202.49.
No, I'm not seeing any budget pays on this.
Okay, $202.49. And we normally have budget pay. What budget pay is that we do offer a payment plan that we stretch out that amount over 5 months. You make the first payment when we ship it to you, which would be in the next couple of days, and then we automatically charge your credit card, your debit card for the next 5 months until it's paid off. We don't see budget pay on this, but it might be on some of the other items. And if there's a question, dun, 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 right there too, right in back of me, is the personal shopper. And who is the personal shopper? I don't know. We have a lot of them. But I can tell you, we pay them to be your best friend and be that person when you call, when you have an issue and you say, I want 5 of those amethysts, but I want them shipped different places. They don't breathe heavy on the phone and a big sigh. All right. They go, we're very happy to help you. And what can we do for you? We pay them to be your best friend. So if you have a complaint, if you want to ship stuff somewhere else, if you just want to make a comment, send the comment in, do a text, do an email. Let us know how we're doing here. We're trying to bring you the best stuff at the best prices. Now, let's go back to that amethyst. Ooh la la. That's what Encore would say. Ooh la la. Look at this. Look at this on the stand. This is a giant. And this one is 11,500 grams. What does that calculate to? 2.5 pounds. Right? Kilo is 6.5. Something close to that. Okay. So, if you're a store owner or if you're a friend and you want to buy this, you can just type it in and it'll be off and running. Now, what is amethyst good for? This is the stone. Oh, I'm going to hold it. You know why? Because I'm transitioning. I'm usually on early in the morning. I'm doing the show live. Okay, what is amethyst good for? Well, it's good for my heart because it feels good right here. It feels like a warm, cuddly blanket. Okay, this is a stone for transition. If you are indeed going through menopause, premenopause, where you get all wacky and crazy and you've lost your mind and you're like doing crazy things that you've never really thought about doing, and people, your neighbors, you're out there screaming in your socks, hello, welcome to the world of Get Some Amethyst in My Life. Because women, I have done it. I did some stuff that I think about now and I go, did I even have a mind? Your hormones get crazy, those levels go up, and you explode like a cannon. You need some amethyst in your life. That's the first thing. Also helps you sleep. If you have problems, maybe you get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I do, but I do because I have a job. But if you cannot sleep and you're a night owl and you're like, want to go to bed, put a little amethyst beside the bedside stand, that'll help you sleep. Great stone. It's on the Vatican walls. It's the stone of nobility, and that you want that grapey color. I know my friend Lisa out there, her amethyst is top notch. Shop LC, we go in, we blow it out, we hand pick as much as we can, and then we ship it back to the United States, and we offer it to you at incredibly low prices. You know what else happens when you buy at Shop LC? We actually have a program where everything that one person purchases, whether it's on any of our platforms at all, we feed a child. So that purchase could be a $7 purchase, it could be a $1,000 purchase. We feed a child, and we do it every day, and we are up to 53 million children. So our country is based out of India. That's where one of our big factories is. And in those impoverished countries, a lot of families have to make a choice whether they can send their kid to school or whether they can send the kid to work. So what we've done is we've paired up and we feed children in school. So that way the families are more apt to send their children to school so they have a hot meal and learn, and they can break the cycle of poverty and stuff like that. Super, super important. Great, great program. I'm very, very prideful about that, and I'm happy that Shop LC really, that comes out of their pockets. They don't add extra money on to pad the bill to support that program. So that's just another thing that we do well here, and I'm very, very happy to be part of that. Amethyst, $249.99. Shop 3, your price, $202.49. Make sure you put Live25 in the promo code. If you spend over $50, which this baby would be, you get free shipping. So we try to make it real easy. Money back guaranteed. Another thing, 30 days, you don't want it, doesn't fit your color, too big for a shelf, whatever reason, you ship it back, no questions asked, we take it back, and we refund your money. Okay, we're going to move on to, do you have a flashlight anywhere, Ilias?
Let me see.
Ooh.
And
you know what? It was a full moon last night. It was a crazy full moon. If anybody was driving around, you know, it's funny when you are driving around and then you see all this light and you're like, where is it coming from? And you realize it's a full moon. Okay. Oh, there we have a little glow. So normally this isn't. So look at this. Look at that. Hello, world. Look at that. Are you kidding me? All you need to do is put this on a light box, and you know what you have? You have Golden Moon Healer. We're calling it, well, they're calling it by its real name, which it sounds so bad. Hematoid. We don't like that name. Nobody likes that name. Sounds like hemorrhoids. So I have coined it Golden Moon Healer. But if you call Personal Shopper, you need to say Golden Hematoid. Easy to remember, right? So if there's an issue, you can just call and remember hematoid. Very word association. Okay, why is this stone like that? It's actually quartz that is laden. Now there's two different ones. One has iron and one has hematite. The hematite makes the stone red. The brown one, the Golden Moon Healer, it has iron in it. Iron is great for people that have blood deficiency, poor blood circulation, don't have enough iron in their life. I mean, think about it. Gems and minerals are basically made up of stuff that we ingest. So when you have low iron, It's a blood thing. They give you an iron pill, right? That's what they do. The iron comes from gem and minerals. Now we can fabricate, synthesize, we can change and make our own chemical, potions and stuff like that. They put into a pill. But realistically, holistic healing was way before Big Pharma. I mean, somebody was a guinea pig, obviously. We probably had a lot of deaths in the world because they were like, try this, you're dying anyway, and then they figured, oh, but that's penicillin. So a lot of stuff has come from foods that, we've discovered, or gem and minerals. I mean, think about it, your bare minimal makeup, mineral-based makeup. Hello, it's rocks and minerals. Golden hematoid. Love this stone. I love to put it on a light box because it looks like, when you put it on a light box, it looks like you have a candle glowing. And this stone, when I hold on to it, this will heat up to my exact same body temperature. And it makes you sort of feel like you're glowing a little bit. It's a great stone. It's a great color. I love it. Reminds me of the sunshine, which I love. I thrive on sunshine. What's the price on this? Okay.
$14.99, and then for 3 budget pays of $4.99.
Okay. Whoa. So this is $19.99 on the website, and then with your 25% off, it comes down to $14.99. But guess what? This stone you can put on budget pay. Hello. So you'll have 3 payments of $6.66. Yeah, my friends are like, what is going on in the world? Hello, welcome to Shop LC. Why do you think I moved to Texas? I buy so much stuff from this company. Okay, 3 budget pays of $6.67. That means you call us or you do it on the web. You order this. This is Shop 4 in the comment. You'll get a link. You fill in, I want 1, I want 2, I want 3, I want 4, I want 5, I want free shipping, and then the total will come up. And then there's a promo, it says promo code, and you type in live25, and bam, it brings them all down to $14.99. And then what you do is you hit pay, or there's another bar, there's one that says pay all, or the second one says budget pay. And you click on that, and it breaks it down to it shows you 3 payments of $6.67. So that means that this stone you call, hello, I'd like my golden healer / hematoid quartz, please. I have an iron deficiency. I'd like to accelerate my life, have a lot of passion and fire in my life. Hello, looks like a warm glow, a lot of passion and fire. And you know what? I think I want to put it on budget pay. So they'll say, can we have a card number for our whopping $6.67 purchase? And then it will go out. And then it arrives, and 30 days later, another $6.67. So if I get through all the stones in back of me, you could basically buy all these stones for probably less than $100, except for the big amethyst. That's pretty pricey. There's a few more that, okay, let's say $250 maybe. All right, but you can have a nice array of stones. Okay, we are
Shop 4.
going to move on. Shop 4.
Agate next. We're going to do our mushrooms, which are going to be Shop 5.
Okay, so we have 2 different sizes. And
yes, they're both going to be under the same Shop 5.
Okay, so okay, boom, 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 boom. What is the hottest selling carving right now and has been for the last year? The mushroom. These are agate carved. They're very hard. Super shiny. Super shiny. And these, well, I'm going to put the inches. So I know I'm holding it, but I'm actually going to give you the inch height because I might have giant mammoth hands, like a Costco hand, but I don't. But this sits top to bottom, 2.5 inches. All right, 2.5 inches. Here's about 2 inches. Okay, stones out there other than clear quartz. Super, super hard. Oh, and these are at a either one of these mushrooms. Going to be $19.99, 25% off, brings it down to $14.99. No budget pay on this one.
Nope.
So some stuff has budget pay, some stuff doesn't. Don't know why. But you can call our personal shopper at 888-838-2237 in case you have any questions. I don't know that personal shopper's name because we have quite a few, but they can answer it. And if you just want to type in a message, send me a message. I can read. Hello, I can talk to you. We're on every platform right now. YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, you name it, we're on it. And we are expanding quickly. So remember, $14.99, boom, 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 agate mushrooms. I have these scattered throughout. I have them in a couple of potted plants. These withstand the sun. They don't fade. They look great. And the mushroom is a sign of rebirth. A lot of mushrooms only grow and have a cap. Some of them for 24 hours. Some last much longer. But I had flown to Costa Rica when my friend Janice was among us, and we took a birding trip. I was in Audubon at the time, and we went to Costa Rica on a birding adventure. Saw the most beautiful birds, hummingbirds, 50 different varieties I've never in my life. It was crazy. Crazy for the eyes. Anyway, so we got up early in the morning one time, and our guide said there's a mushroom. It's called the wedding veil mushroom, and it has a large cap like this, and it looks like veins, but it's all white, and it blooms, and then within 24 hours it dies. The veil just falls off. Sort of like a wedding day. It only lasts one day. I didn't even think about that till just now. Maybe that's why they call it the wedding veil mushroom. But mushrooms are the hottest selling, biggest item, most readily carved right now, and you could have either one of these for $14.99. Okay, that's shop 5. And we're moving on to fuchsite. Fuchsite, and this glows with a blue light. We don't have any blue light flashlights. Mm-hmm. Okay. Bam. This is a fuchsite obelisk. See the little point on the top? I'd use this as a handle of a wand or sword, or as the tip of a sword. So, fuchsite. This is usually tied in with ruby. I don't see any ruby in here. This is just the green fuchsite part. Green. I love the color green. Heart chakra. Mother Earth. Keeps you grounded. And what's going to keep you grounded is the price. This measures 3.5 inches. All right. So I'm measuring because you know what? Like I said, I could have my hand right now looks giant compared to my face. Look at that. Wow. I sort of look like a giant, right? Well, that stone might be this big if it was, that website where everybody bought stuff, and then you get a couch, and if it's in a Barbie house, you know what website I'm talking about. You don't buy stones off there. That stuff is coded. A lot of it's fake. We all know what website that is. Stay away from there. Okay, look at that hand. I make this look massive. So this is fuchsite, and this will fluoresce with a blue light. Okay, if you're into blue light therapy, removes spots. Been trying that lately. Okay, fuchsite, $19.99. This is shop 6 on our list. 25% off. Brings it down to. Oh, that might work. Oh, it sort of does a little. Oh. Yeah, I'm going to try. You can sort of see it. Thanks, Ilias. Uh-huh. See, that's my man behind the scenes. Ilias. Look at that. Can you see that? And this is the battery's dying on this. So this ruby, this is just fuchsite. So there's green, and if there's ruby in it, the ruby will fluoresce also. But that is cool. Thank you very much, Ilias. Mm-hmm. So you can see that fluorescing under that light. All right. $19.99. This is shop 6. Is that correct? Shop
Yes,
6?
Shop 6 is correct.
Had to take a sip of water. Had laryngitis for 2 weeks to keep the muscles wept up in there. Okay, so $14.99, 4.5 inches, fuchsite. If you type in that promo code, it'll bring it down to $14.99. Shop 6. Remember, heart chakra, Mother Earth. I know a lot of us are very connected. Everybody's planting gardens right now. They're putting flowers in. It's beautiful, and that type of when you beautify your land where you live, it's so pretty and so pleasant, and it just makes you happy. You know, flowers make everybody happy. And I don't mean the one that come in a bouquet. I'm talking about the ones you just see out in nature. Okay, this will tie you to that. The fuchsite. We are going into our pink feldspar sphere. Look at this. I'm going to hold it over here. And I'm looking at my cheat sheets because there's merchandise. That's what I said. This show, this was sort of, we decided to do this about 3 days ago. But was sort of unplanned. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. And so I didn't get a chance to actually prepare for a themed show. So I've named this show Ode to Lois. And my friends who are watching, Lois was my mother. And today would have been her 94th birthday. And she would have been very proud to be sitting watching me on Facebook. So Ode to Lois. But every week when I'm on from 7 to 9, East Coast, 6 to 8 here in Austin, I will try to come up with a theme. And it might be a theme where I do a whole line of just one stone and I go in deep like I used to do when I did my shows on Facebook when I was doing from the house, like an hour of opals, or just try to get in there and give out some information and get some, some spark in your life. Everybody's worried about tariffs. Okay, everything is going to go up in life. We know it sucks. I mean, it's just the way it is. But I always say, live in the now. If you got everything you need now and you see stuff that I'm selling that you want now, buy it now. Don't go, oh, I'm going to wait because I don't know how much stuff is going to cost. Right. You don't know how much stuff is going to cost. It might not increase at all. And if you're sitting and you have a house or an apartment and you have all your appliances, your TVs, there's really a lot of extra fluff that you probably can cut the fat and really get stuff that you want. Our teams here at Shop LC are frantically scouring. We're doing so much more U.S.-based manufacturing and pulling in companies that are based out of the United States. It's incredible. And, maybe that's the plan. So, you just got to go with what's going on today and try to live your day at the happiest. These stones that I'm selling, I'm 63. I've been through a whole lot of dips and waves in my life. Friends and family know I've been through four hurricanes. House gone. Well, the house didn't go, but all the stuff in it went. Just other stuff. Pets, everything. Your parents pass, your friends pass. You start to get in these cycles. And, you got to stay a little elevated. Don't let life get you down because all that stuff is going to normally happen. Storms happen. People pass. Animals are with us for a short time. Lovers come and go. Thank God I'm in a stable marriage, but divorce happens and people's lives, jobs change. And if you have stones in your life, they are based on energy. Just like our body, we are energy. We are energy based. They can resonate a different stone with every single point of your body. And that's what I say. These stones have been around, some of them millions of years. And they've used them and they found ways to use them for healing, for grinding up, for medicine, for making makeup. And so if you use the right stones and you learn a little bit about them, sometimes you just buy them because they're pretty. You don't have to be into the metaphysical stuff. It's not all like, ooh, she's talking something weird. Ooh, I like that look. Ooh. Okay. Look back through history. Medicines were created from stuff that comes from nature. That's how it was. They didn't have pharmacies 400 years ago. What did they do? Bark, cherries, birds, whatever, all kinds of stuff they figured out. Gem and minerals, they wore them in pouches, they put them on breastplates of their armor to protect them when they went to battle. So a lot of this stuff has been documented. It's not something that is just made up and there's crazy people you're talking about that. When we talk about quartz, quartz is in every single component that's electronic. Quartz movement watches. The first big movement was when, oh, it has quartz movement. Oh my God, I've never had a quartz movement watch. And then it became into computer chips, phones, laptops, everything. And quartz is an accelerator. When light hits it or electricity, it pumps it fast. Bam! And that's what quartz is. It's an accelerator. So if there's a stone like this that has quartz in it, this is also an accelerator, which means if you pair it with anything else, it's going to create this charge of energy. That's good. It's good for you. Okay, so let's go back to, I'm going to get, when it comes to stones, it's my passion, so is jewelry. I just get off and keep talking about them forever. Okay, look at the size of this feldspar sphere. That's pretty darn large. Look at that. Okay, if you're into Mad Max, it does look like an eyeball. So all my people that are into that crazy Mad Max stuff, hello, welcome to your world. Okay, pink feldspar. This is approximately almost 1,000 carats. And, is that right? My sheet is telling me, I don't have it here,
Yes.
but it comes with a free wooden stand. And the wooden stands are hand carved. I don't have an example here for you.
No, we don't.
But it's one piece of wood they somehow whittle to make it stand up and will fit any sphere. And that will come free with your pink feldspar sphere. Almost 1,000 carats. $19.99. Were you waiting for the price? I'm sure you were. Okay, $19.99. Boom, 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 boom. Look at the quality. Now remember, when you type in Live25 in the promo code, it brings it down to $14.99.
Correct.
All right, $14.99. If you spend over $50, you get free shipping. All right, so this is pretty large. This is a nice size sphere for $14.99. So I know my friends are watching, my relatives. I don't know the people that are on YouTube, TikTok. So hello, everybody. I'm Cheryl B. Cheryl Briggs Benvenuto. If you want to follow me on Instagram, I do post pictures, my beekeeping. I post crazy pictures of nature, just stuff. You can follow me. It's Cheryl Magical Journey or Magical Journey Cheryl. Either way works on Instagram. If you want to follow me on Facebook, it is Cheryl Benvenuto, and you see a picture of me in my bee suit. That's my my picture. But $14.99, Shop LC has done it again. Okay, moving on to the next one. Boom, ba-doom. We have rose quartz. Okay, this does it come with a free stand also?
Let me see.
Yep. It does. Okay, so we're moving on to old-time favorite, rose quartz. What is rose quartz? It is the stone of self-love, self-forgiveness, self-acceptance, love thyself, maybe love other people, maybe extend that olive branch. It helps you with the mending of that, of a broken heart, of a heart that's been wounded and needs healing. That's why we call it the self-love, because this stone will help you with that. Now, rose quartz is part of quartz. So, if you put this with a piece of clear quartz, you can mend that healing really fast, okay? Comes with, now I'm putting it on a little wooden stand, a little metal stand. Comes with a wooden stand that unfolds. It's actually pretty cool. It's hand carved. So this one is going to be the same price as the last sphere. This is going to be $19.99. And the quality is good because rose quartz that's not good quality is pretty white colored. This has a nice pink luster on it, highly polished. You put in the promo Live 25, and this drops down to $14.99. And remember, you're going to get the free stand with it. Okay? Self-love. I love myself. I'm going to buy myself something. You know, you can do a selfish purchase if you want. Or you can buy this for somebody who maybe has a broken heart. Maybe somebody that just had a bad relationship and got out of a bad relationship, or lost somebody that was important in their life, lost an animal that was important in their life. This is the stone that helps that heart heal a little bit, and it's awfully pretty too. You know, we like pink. I like pink. Pink's a pretty color. I'm wearing a lot of it more and more. You know, sun shines here in Texas quite a bit, and so pink, right? $14.99. Shop 7. Is that, or is this shop 8?
This is going to be
shop 8.
Yes.
Shop 8 in the comment, and it will link you to your little invoice and stuff like that you got to do. So we are going to move on to Chrysocolla.
Chrysocolla, yes.
Okay, so we have a lot of stuff. Like I said, if you're watching now, you could pretty much buy an assortment of stuff for very, very little money, and probably spend, if you wanted to buy almost everything here, a couple $100, a little bit more, other than the amethyst, because that was $200 on its own, but it was a pretty good sized chunk. Okay, bam. This is a freeform chrysocolla. Boom, boom, boom. Chrysocolla. Another heart chakra. Love the color green. If you're into nature, this ties you. Anything that's in green, most stones are going to relate to the heart chakra. And I also intertwine them with people that like nature, people that like to garden, people that like to be outdoors, whether it's an activity, a sport, maybe you bike ride, maybe you horseback ride. Those are all activities that you do with nature, on an animal. Maybe you're a dog walker. Chrysocolla is a great stone to keep that up and keep it going. This is going to be a little bit over 3 inches, right? Flat bottom, nicely polished, super high polished on all sides. Gram weight is approximately 1,360 carats. That'd make a nice ring, right? Hello. Can I have a diamond ring, 1,360 carats, please? I'll be walking the red carpet at the Emmys. All right. So, Chrysocolla brings you closer to nature. It's good for the heart. Has a lot of other metaphysical properties. This has been around for a long time. This particular material is mined in Madagascar. All right, a lot of good stuff coming out of Madagascar. Actually, it's probably one of the top places right now, I'm going to say in the world, where they are producing such an array of stones that probably, I'm going to say half the vendors that I deal with are carrying some type of Madagascar material. And it's amazing, the stuff that's coming out of it. The quality is great. Okay, we are moving on to, This is one of my all-time faves, all right? So if you don't have this in your life, welcome to the world of, listen to Cheryl. Because I stand behind this 100%. I just did a whole line of jewelry with big, chunking pieces of this that look like mirrors. And this is my all-time favorite, black tourmaline. Okay.
Shout out to Tanya.
Tourmaline. Black tourmaline. Bam! I carry stuff with me in my pockets. Tuck it anywhere, sometimes down there. If I don't have pockets, I'll put it in my pocket. Put it in my purse. I put it in my car door. Okay. This is a very heavy stone. This is out of Madagascar also. Okay. This is the price on this one is, remember, this is a high polish. So tourmaline in itself grows in like a log-like formation. So to get a really high polish on tourmaline that's really smooth, and you can tell this is, I mean, obviously I've been in the business for years and years. I know Joanne, my friend that's watching, she just sold her business, but she is still a rock hound. Hi, Joanne. So I can tell this is natural black tourmaline. But to get that finish on natural black tourmaline, a shine like this, it's hard to do. It's like a material that I'd say fractures fairly easy. It's very hard, but that log piece has to be spun around, so it's a lot of waste of material. So spheres, when they cut them, are the biggest waste of material. Sorry, I had to take a drink of water. Spheres waste more material. I mean, a square, you can put those points, but when they have to knock everything off and come out with a complete sphere like this, it's very, very difficult to do, to get that polished with black tourmaline. Okay, this is $39.99. You get 25% off, which brings it down to $29.99. And this one you can put on budget pay.
Correct.
Okay, so this is a budget pay item. And guess what? It comes with the free stand. Okay, so black tourmaline. Why do I love this stone? I love this stone. So a lot of people like labradorite. They like pretty stones. I like stones that actually make me feel better. And I feel like they're working. Black tourmaline, what does it do? It protects you against negativity. When I said I made some pendants, man, it shoots that negativity right back at that person. Right back at them. Get away from me. I don't want to hear about your problems. I'm not your shrink. I'm not being paid to listen to all that minutia. If you sit in an office, you have people coming in your cubicle, get yourself black tourmaline. If you work in a hospital where it is so much trauma and drama between patients, their families, and all that nursing and doctor staff, and nurses do a lot of that work, believe me, they should be paid a lot more. Black tourmaline, put it beside the desk you're inputting all that information. EMFs, negativity. What else does this do? It keeps you grounded. This is the stone that when you're feeling like you're having an off day, you might have had a bad dream, you wake up in the middle of the night, you're like, man, go back to sleep, the dream continues, and you wake up and you're just sort of in a fog, you don't feel that good, you need a lot of coffee. This is the stone for you. The other option is go stand barefoot in your front yard. You look a little crazy. I'm sure your neighbors are going to wonder. A lot of us live in HOAs. What's Ralphie doing out in his front yard barefoot? Better call security. Okay. Black tourmaline is what you need. Keeps you grounded. It's for the root chakra, which is the lowest chakra on your body. This is your grounding chakra. Now, if you're saying, what's a chakra? I never heard of it. Go on to Shop LC YouTube and look up House of Chakra. I did a 25-minute video with Shop LC where we took over their house here in Austin, and each room pertains to a different chakra. If you haven't seen it, it's an interesting video. I talk about what each chakra does and what the purpose of it. So Shop LC, go into that platform and of YouTube and put in Chakra House, and it'll come up. It's a house, a white house, and you can see the different colored chakras, and that's a video that I did with Shop LC. It'll teach you all about the chakras. And please like and subscribe to that, because we are trying to make a lot of videos to put information out there. It's a free platform for you, and we like to educate everybody and have a little fun while we're doing it. So, this pertains to the root chakra, the lowest chakra, the grounding chakra. And this can be yours for $29.99 with a free stand, and you can put it on budget pay. And if you have any questions, call the personal shopper, 888-835-2233. There it is. Whoop. There it is, right there in back of me. Ta-da! You can read those numbers. They are there to answer any questions. Now, if you want to know why your feet hurt, they don't answer a question like that. Has to pertain to Shop LC merchandise, shipping, everything else that they handle. And they're awfully, awfully nice people. I go in there quite a bit and have a little chat with them. Lovely, lovely area to work in. They are spreading the joy, let me tell you. Okay, so black tourmaline, my favorite. This is my favorite stone. So if you are out there and you say, I wonder what stone Cheryl would pick of everything she's selling, this baby right here is first and foremost what you need first in your life. The rest of the stuff can wait. If this is all you can afford, put it on budget pay. All right, we are moving on.
Shout out. Shout out to Tanya for checking out our previous auctions.
Tanya.
Yes, joining us on Facebook.
Tanya on Facebook. You know what? Welcome. And I'm glad you're watching. Thank you very much. Susan Buzzard Buchanan. Hello. Brian Ambritz. Doug, my cousin Doug, in Rhode Island. Shout out to all my Rhode Island peeps in there. Clam cakes and clam chowder time is coming. Okay, so we're going to move on to the agate black flower freeform. And how are we doing for time?
We are just hitting the top of the hour mark just now.
Oh, okay. I better slow down or we're going to run out of merchandise. Okay, well, let's start up with this piece. Black agate. This is flower agate. All right. Now, I'm going to tell you every piece, once again, is going to look entirely different. This one is shop 11. That would be the number that you type into the comic code, and then that pops into where you go for your invoice, and then you put live 25, and it will bring you down to $29.90. Oh, so $29.99 is the regular price, and then that shop live 25 code takes off $7.49, brings us down to $22.49. So agate, very, very hard stone as far as on the Mohs scale. Very interesting stone. You know, so let's talk about agate just a little bit. Agate comes in so these are agate. Look at the color difference. Agate comes in, it's probably one of the most plentiful stones that you can find anywhere in the world. And it's found all over the world. It's not like strictly Madagascar. You can go out anywhere in the United States, probably, especially in the West, and find agate, some form of agate. The Native Americans used a lot of agate when they carved out their arrowheads, and they survived because it's a very, very, very hard stone. It comes in an array of colors. So when I usually look at agate for a metaphysical property, it does have a base, but I pretty much go by the color. So I switch out, and I don't go strictly by the book. So this one has a lot of whites and some browns. It's got some reds in here, like carnelian. Now remember, every single agate that you get is going to be entirely different. A different color. It's the shape. It's this beautiful, almost sort of like the top of a flame type of shape. But beautiful pieces, super, super durable. Like I said, this is probably a Madagascar piece, but it comes from all over the world. And this one, when I talk about carnelian, the reds and stuff, during COVID, it was insanity. Somebody posted on TikTok that she had either mended a relationship with an ex-boyfriend or created a new relationship. And she posted that on TikTok, and it went viral. And people went insane for agate. And I'm talking about where, agates and carnelian has been around. What was carnelian? I did a show, and people were like buying me out that had never really bought carnelian before, and just going crazy and buying tubs of it because of this one post on TikTok. So social media has a great, great bearing on creating a trend on something. It could be a stone, it could be clothing. We have a lot of influencers. We have a few that work for Shop LC now. And you're watching us on all our live streaming platforms, which, we're started creeping into that market as much as we can because, cable's expensive, TVs, you can stream everything. So we're going a lot into the streaming part of Shop LC. And this is what I'm selling right now. Right there. You like my little ruler pointer? Okay, that's on the screen. And now I'm going to do the measurements just to show you. This is a pretty large and in charge piece. So this is going to be about 4.5 inches. 4.5 inches. That's pretty large for $29.99. Then you take the budget, the live 25 off, and it brings it down to $22.49. So like I'm saying, you could probably add this up. So let's put this together just for fun. So this is 22. This was 14. 36. Then we go into this one. 36. 66.
I was trying to find
76. 80. 80.
Here's
Then you
that
go to this one.
wooden stand.
80. Then you go another 14. 94. Then you go to the two spheres. 94. 14 apiece would be another, this is 120, this was 39, 29, 150. So, this is what you get for 150. You get your three spheres, right? Ilias just brought me the wooden stand we were talking about. So this is the free wooden stand that you get with every sphere. Oh, let me finish. So you get those three spheres, right? Then you get these freeform cut pieces. 1, 2, 3. Then you get the obelisk out of fuchsia. Then you get the mushroom for $150 if you add it up. Now this is the stand I want to show you because this is so cool. So I am not a puzzle person. I mean, I can put jigsaw puzzles together. That's easy for me. I meant when it comes to something like this, when I say a puzzle person, this is whittled, and I'm going to use that word because it's the only word that I know that would pertain to the carving of wood into some type of form. So this is whittled out of one piece of wood, and they're all intertwined. They didn't cut this and glue it. So look at the work that goes into this. This is crazy. There's like have a team of whittlers, that are like, hey, whittle another 100 of those stands over there. I would find this incredibly difficult, but it fits any size sphere. So if you have a bigger sphere that you've bought from us on Shop LC, or you have a bigger sphere that you purchase somewhere else, you don't have the right stand for it, order one of our spheres, $14.99 for these two, and you get the free stand with it. So my phone just went off. I wonder why. Okay, I'm having technical difficulties. Oh, it looks like my battery died. But it's plugged in. Okay. So my Facebook platform, personally, just went off for a couple of minutes. But let's continue. So remember, this is whittled from one solid piece of wood. And this comes free with any of these three spheres. So let's reiterate, because these spheres, if you don't want to put them on the stand, you can put these in a bowl. Look how pretty they look together. And then you have your grounding, you have your heart. This will help with your third chakra. All right? Boom, boom, boom. It's like a little triangle of health and happiness. So this pink one right here, rose quartz, would be shop 8.
Correct.
The red agate would be shop 7.
Correct. And
the black tourmaline would be shop 10. Okay. So remember, you can do the buy all. If you buy all three of these, you're over the $50, which means you're going to get free shipping. And not only free shipping, but you're going to get 3 of our whittled stands for free. I mean, realistically, I don't know what I would charge. I could never make this. If I did, I'd probably want a few $100s, and I'd probably be blood all over it from where I whittled it wrong and hit my finger. But you get 3 stands and the 3 spheres for less than $60, and you get free shipping. Come on. Why not start your gem and jewelry collection today? The prices are incredible. Shop LC is the platform. We're on all the platforms now, and this is your time. This is a dedicated show every Tuesday, 6 to 8. I'm Cheryl B. Cheryl Benvenuto. You can follow me on Cheryl Magical Journey Instagram or Magical Journey Cheryl. I will have themed shows. I will have shows that I'll be posting on my Facebook and the other platforms, letting you know what's coming up in the future, so you can follow it if you want to join in. But you can send us messages if you want. Any messages, any questions, send them to me. we can read them. If you have a question about any of the stones, the metaphysical properties, now's the time. I'm live on the air. I can answer your questions. If you want more measurements, if you want a little bit more information. Today's your day to start that gem and mineral collection. Okay, so I am going to go into, where do you see this one? Okay. This is spectacular. Bam. Look at that. That is pyrite in the best of the best. So this comes from Peru. It's, other than California and a couple other places, pyrite is not found any other place. And the Peruvian pyrite is the best out there. I've seen other pyrite that doesn't have that. It's more dull, it doesn't shine. And to get a polish on something, so I'm going to move this close because I want to show you these little cavities, these little crevices. So what happens, pyrite is a cubical form, which means it grows in a square. And the square could be a square this big, it could be a square this big, it could be a square that's microscopic that you only see with a magnifying glass. And all those little squares grow together and then it forms a big block of some sort. I'm not going to say block, but sort of deformity. And then we cut it into whatever shape we want. But sometimes you can get that perfect square. That pyrite is grown like that in a larger size that we don't even touch. It's mined like that. And those pieces are obviously a lot more expensive. They're much, much harder to find. But look at this pyrite. Look at this. I'm going to move it really close, give you a nice view of it. Okay. You can see the shine on that. I mean, it's like a mirror. And that's another thing. Years ago, pyrite was used as a mirror. I believe it was the Native Americans that, like I said, it was found out west. I don't really know how they actually were able to create maybe it was chunks like this, maybe it was a big cube that they found, but they would use pyrite as a mirror. They would also use it as flint to start a fire, but it is very, very heavy, and this is carved into a beautiful pyramid shape, and every carved stone comes in different shapes. The pharaohs, King Tut, are all buried under the pyramids, and they believed that a pyramid shape, the energy goes up and it ascends you to another realm, to a higher place, to the life after, to where you're going to go in your next life. Whatever you believe in, this pyramid shape, your energy goes out it and you're there. So no matter what religion you are, this works for you. This is non-denominational pyrite. What do you think about that? So this will ascend you into a better place. And we mean that now on this planet also.
I like the look of gold there. It kind of
it does. It looks like, well, it's called fool's gold. We all know that. So let's do a little measurement on this so you can see what we got here. So this is running about 2 inches from base to top. Beautiful flat bottom. Now remember, this comes out of Peru. What else can I tell you about this? Well, I can tell you the price is going to blow your mind. It's going to ascend you into the land of, I want this right now. Okay. So, always like pyrite. So we have I'm going to tell you what one of our buyers said. Always like pyrite. Always like pyrite. I collect it. I used it when I was younger. Neat little piece of home decor. And then cute on a window ledge, reflecting sunlight. Never seen pyrite in person, So this is nice, plus it's from South America, great price, short delivery time, and another example of Shops LLC's ability to bring joy affordably and quickly and efficiently. Well, thank you very much. And so we have another White Testament, just the right size. So it is going to come in a beautiful box. It might be a beautiful red box that's velvet lined. What a gift presentation. Okay, the price on this, bam, really? Okay, we're bringing up, that's a great price. So the price on this is going to be $39.99. Now I remember selling this 2 months ago on live TV, and I sold it for $59.99, and that was a great price. That was our lowest price at that time. It's now $39.99, and are they getting 25% off this too?
Yes, they are.
Okay, so Insanity strikes in. You're going to get 25% off this, so it brings it down to $29.99. So this is going to be on, when you type in the code,
So it's shop 12.
shop 12 on the comment bar, and then that will prompt you to your order page. And then what you'll do is you'll put in live 25 in the promo bar, and that will drop that price down to $29.99. And you can do budget pay on this. So $29.99 is going to be about $7.50.
Correct.
$7.50, and I don't mean a week. I'm talking $7.50 per month for pyrite. So now I've given you the price. Let's talk about pyrite just a little bit to get you sort of enticed. If you've never seen it, I'm going to hold it up close to the camera. Okay, there it is, beautifully cut. And these little pieces in here, and I'm pointing with my fingernail, inside those little crevices, there's an array of little teeny cubical structures. They almost look like shiny little stars in there. I used to call them fobs years ago. But they are throughout this pyrite. You can really see that little bit of shimmer and shine, very sparkly. And if you dim the lights and you have that twilight light effect, this pyrite will sparkle like that. It really does actually have, Elias is dimming the lights for me. So it has that starry, starry night. Look I can see it. I can see right here. See it's blinking on and off, like sometimes the stars do in the middle of the night. Look how pretty that is. So can you imagine having that on your nightstand when you go to bed and you look at something so lovely as that? It's like a little array of stars. For $29.99, it's beautifully polished on the bottom. It sits flat and perfect on any shelf. You can place it anywhere. This can handle any type of sunlight. Some stones actually fade when they're put in direct sunlight. Pyrite's a metal. It's not going to fade at all. It will just sparkle more and more. It's going to heat up tremendously. This will get hot. If I hold on to this, it's going to heat up to my exact same body temperature like another stone. But if you place this in the sunlight, this stone's going to get hot. It will absorb all that energy. So, a couple other things about pyrite that a lot of people don't realize is that this is a money stone. And I don't mean that you had to drive across the West in a coach and buggy and drawn by horses in the 1600s and 1700s to go to get fool's gold. Pyrite is a luck and money stone. So, I always laugh because I always see, I go on a lot of cruises. I like to hit the casino, and I have my $20 a day limit. I eat dinner, I go to a show, and then I go to spend my $20. Sometimes I win. I'll win a little bit, get up to $100. I take that $100. I go back the next night with that money, and I always call it my nightly deposit. Some nights I do a little bit better, but I leave after the 20's gone. But if you're into the casino machines and the slot machines, I always see people touching them. They do some rituals and stuff. Pyrite is a luck and money stone. So if that's your jam and you want to bring some pyrite with you on your next gambling venture, if you're a scratch ticket buyer, if you want luck and money in your life, and money could be maybe you have a stack of job applications that you're going through and you're trying to choose your particular path in life, and you're like, what would be lucky for me? You know what? Take this pyrite out and put it on the stack. Sit back for a little bit and just take a breather and let the magic do its work. And then sit back, take a breather. Go get a cup of coffee, a mocktail, cocktail, snacky poo, whatever you want to do. Go back, remove the stone, go through the applications again. You might think a little bit clearer. You might have a better capability of choosing the right job, the one that is going to bring you more money into your life. If this should be in any business, if you're doing sales presentations or you're writing sales presentations, this should be where you're writing them, next to your computer. It absorbs EMFs. There's a lot of stones out there that do this. This stone is so underrated, pyrite. It's so beneficial for so many different things. And it's really pretty. There's a lot of gem and minerals out there that you go to buy. Yeah, they do the magic, but they may not be the prettiest. Sometimes it's just nice to have something nice that you can look at that has a little sparkle. Let's say, Father's Day is coming up. Maybe you have a significant other that has a birthday coming up. This comes in a beautiful presentation box, right? You put a card in there. You're the sparkle of my life. You're the star of my life. You could write your own card, a little note, and then they'll take this to work, male or female. It's a great gift. It's unisex. Everybody loves stones. Doesn't matter where you're from. Everybody is, stones are the thing. And you could attach a little card in there, and then they'll take this to work or where they're going to place it. And every time they see it, you're the sparkle in their life. They'll remind themselves of your relationship, your love for each other. This has so many great meanings, and it's such a pretty stone. So I know I've gone a long time on the pyrite because this stone I really, really like, and I'm going to say that we have never offered this for that price ever. And I've been coming back and forth for over 2 years. I'm now full-time, and I've never offered this for under $57.99. And they blew it out at $39.99, and then we're giving you an extra 25% off. So this is a great, great deal. So take advantage of it. Get a little pyrite in your life, a little sparkle, a little of that extra magic. And like I said, this is I'm going to hold it up. And look at that mirror effect on that. That is unbelievable. If you want to, if you want to look at the person in the next cubicle while you're working, there's like a mirror. You could watch them. They don't even know it. They'll think, oh, she's looking at that beautiful stone. You're like, well, what are they doing over there? Beautiful, beautifully done. And you can see in all those little crevices, that little bit of shine and shimmer. It is there. It is spectacular. I mean, just absolutely beautiful. Great, great stone to have. And, here you can probably see it a little bit better. I'm going to move this really, really close. And I'm talking about right there. You can see the cube. You can see that little square facet. So remember that. This is a cubical structured stone. And it comes in that great presentation box. Okay. So this was
Shop 12.
Shop 12. We are going to move on to something else really cool and groovy. And that is going to be our fabulous. These are Shop 13. I'm looking at the price. Ooh, you're going to like this one a lot. Okay. Bam. Look at these. Wow. They look like ram's horns, don't they? That's how they got their name. Aaron used them as breastplates, and they said, look like ram's horns. Look at that. Okay. Look at these. These are ammonites. This is a pair. Originally, this was one. Okay, so you can see what it looked like. It was one solid piece. And then what we did was, okay, so I'm going to go through. First, I'm going to drop the price. I'm going to tell you what it is. And then I'm going to go to all the stuff that I love about ammonites. Okay, so this was originally $79.99 for the pair. $79.99. This is going to be shop 13. $79.99, and I'm going to say it again, for the pair. This is a Texas twofer. The ammonites, this was one solid piece. After you put in the 25% live 25 code in the promo code, it brings it down to $59.99 for the pair. Okay, let's dive into ammonites, what they are. All right, so about between 60 to 240 million years ago, this was a creature that lived in the ocean, and it had a squid-like thing, came out here, looked like a squid, and it would swim upward like this with its little head through the ocean. So that was somewhere between 60 to 240 million years ago. Oh, here's the image. Okay, there it is. There's the squiddy-like thing. So this is a different type of shell a little bit, but this is where here the squiddy thing would come out. So it's a crustacean from the ocean. Between 60 to 240 million years ago, this thing was swimming through the ocean, and at some point, either it got eaten by something bigger and more scary, or it died. Something could happen. Might have hit a pocket of cold water. I don't know. Don't really know that. I'm not an archaeologist, paleontologist, all those ologists. I'm a gemologist, so I am an ologist. But what happens when it died? It floated down, and it landed on the bottom of a sandy base. Could have been a pond, could have been a river, could have been a stream, could have been the ocean. These were found everywhere during that Jurassic Park period. When it sunk down, it hit the sand, and like anything else, the sand covered it and covered it and covered it, and it sunk deeper and deeper and deeper down. Could be 100 feet. And then through compression of all that sand, and then it's not only the thing that fell on the bottom of the ocean. Maybe there was branches, maybe there was ferns that fell, maybe there was an ocean storm that happened, and all this fauna sunk down and landed on top of these ammonites. And then that became compressed and compressed and compressed and compressed. And then what happened is the minerals, the temperatures changed in the ocean. Could have been a volcano, could have been anything. And through time, heat, and pressure, just like we use now to make lab-grown diamonds, time, heat, and pressure, this eventually fossilized to stone material. So you can hear my nails clicking. This is now stone. So it went from being a sea crustacean that swam through the sea to a fossil. Okay, if you look at this particular piece, I'm going to go up close, and you can see orange right here. All right, you can see a little row of orange. That is called ammolite. In Canada, in the Rocky Mountains, ammonites were discovered. They're this big, some of them. We have one on our... Can you pull up the website with that ammolite?
Yes, I was about to pull up the video real quick.
Oh, okay. So here's a video. Well, 65 million years ago. There it is. There's my squiddy. Okay, shifting the tectonic plates. There's squiddy. He died. Now look. Okay, this is what I was talking about. This is ammolite. That's a coating, almost, I'm going to call it almost like an opalescence. It's the only thing I can probably compare that's closed. Only found in Alberta, Canada, were these giant amylites. Look at the size of that. That is one squiddy crustacean, and this is the top part of that squid. That's this part right here, right? That they're trying to remove without entirely crushing this, because to get this, so he's removed it, and they have a lot of extra matrix around it. Why? Because they're going to eventually take it off really, really slow. But, okay, has increased over 250% over the last decade because it is so rare to find now. Remember, this is fossilized. This is something that's 240 million years old. That was from Alberta, Canada, all right? So these were found all over the world, all over the world. And at least when you can, pull up on our website, there's that one that we have for sale. I believe it's like, I'm going to say $22,000. Ilias, we have a giant amylite. That is an ammonite. That's on our website that we have housed here. And we brought it on set a couple of times. And I believe the price of, it might be under the Gem and Minerals. I'm unsure. He's doing it really quick through the website. But I want you to see the price of that, because we're charging $59.99. Now, this does have a little bit of amylite on the top. And a lot of these that you get will have that a teeny bit. Some will not. Some will have a fern pattern, which is like a squiggly, wiggly line. Some of the ammonites will have that fern pattern. This one does have it. Oh, it does. Okay, this is great, because I'm going to zoom in, and what I'm talking about is right here. See those? That's a fern that laid on top of this also. Oh, there it is. That was it. 88. So it's 8,000. So, okay, Elise is going to pull it up, and I want to show you. So we have a large amylite, that's ammonite, that we have on our website for $8,850. So if you're into that particular stone, we bought that in Tucson quite a few years ago. It's housed here in our vault. We have some really, really large specimens here in the warehouse. And here it is, $8,850. And this weighs 11 pounds, okay? 11 pounds. Now, I was in Tucson this year. The dealer who they actually got these from passed away. It was very, very sad. Young guy. Life, stuff in life happens. And they bought this to put in our, we call it the chairman's vault. So we have some large amethysts that are 4 or 5 feet high. We have that amylite. So we have a collection of collector's pieces. And these pieces are specifically, I'm going to talk about for a really, really enthusiastic collector. Because something like that should be, the estimated retail is $48,000. When I was in Tucson, they were running anywhere from $28,000 to about $65,000, $68,000 for that exact same piece. So I'm glad you pulled that up, Ilias, because now that we're on all these other platforms, I want people to know that just the gem and minerals I'm showing you now are what we've pulled for this show. We might have a show of really large pieces at some point, which would be super fun, and I can sit around and talk about the stones and metaphysical properties, where they're mined, but that would be a great show to have to show our customers some different places and different sizes. I mean, some of these stones are museum. They should be in a museum. That's why they're in our vault. Okay, so we're back to our polished pieces of ammonite. So, like I said, this came, they dig these up. So I was with probably one of the big suppliers of this. These particular pieces came from the outskirts. Madagascar is an island. Like I said, it's the Mecca now of gem and minerals. So out in the outskirts, which an island has lots of underwater areas, they have discovered pockets of these. So we don't know if they were swimming in solitary, or if they were swimming in swarms or like fish, schools of ammonite. We don't know, because 240 million years ago, we didn't have cameras. We had no idea. But they've discovered these. And when they discover them, they have to really be careful because they're digging down in soft sand. So this could crack. It's stone, but if you hit a stone with a hammer just the right way, or a pick or something that they're trying to get this out of the sand, which is it's like quicksand. If you ever got your foot stuck in the beach sand, you know what I'm talking about. It's like quicksand. So to pull these out, you have to really let go of that suction and without breaking these. So once they get them out of the ground, bam. Okay, what they get out of the ground, what they do is they look at them, they polish. So there's the fern pattern. And I'm going to take your flashlight again, Ilias. Okay, I want to show you something on camera. So look what happens when you put light behind these. Look at that. That's an encore moment. That's an ooh la la. Look at it. I mean, come on. That reminds me of the warm glow of a fireplace. And some of them have it in just certain areas. Because once you get into these thicker areas where they've sealed these chambers with mud, and we're going to talk about that. So why is there a pattern on this that's so unique, right? So let's take one. Well, let me give you some ideas. Okay, so for $59.99, how about a wedding gift for a husband and wife? I bet you this isn't on their registry. You put a card in there that says, these ammonites are 250 years old. That is like how dear you are to my heart, and maybe that pair is something that your husband and wife goes to work, husband goes to work, you take them with you. You put them up on your office on a little pie shelf. I mean, those little stands that you can buy anywhere, and you each have one in your work area because you're spending half your life apart from each other. When people work, the average person works 8 hours, but it takes an hour on each end to get to and from to work. So you're basically apart from each other 10 hours. And then by the time you see each other, 10 hours work in a day, it's exhausting, right? We all have patterns like that. But if you take something like this to work and you're looking at it all day, you sort of have that thought, oh, that was a wedding gift. I love that. I remember that special day. And you might be having a really bad day at work. And what does that do? That ammonite up there will make you smile. It'll make you think back to that wonderful day you had. Okay, so what does this do metaphysically? Now we're going to talk about that. So if you're into yoga, if you're into manifestation, if you're into meditating, or if you're not into all that, I'm going to tell you how to use this, how this actually helps your life to progress into the future. Okay, if you're having a bad day, you're negative, everybody's been on you, it's been one complaint after the other, your kids are just out of control, it's just one of those times during the month that you just feel, you don't feel yourself, this ammonite will help. And what you do, every single one of these chambers, so the squiggly creature that I showed you earlier started out in the center, right here in the center of this chamber. And as he grew, he moved from chamber to chamber to chamber. And as he moved, he would seal off the smaller chamber. And that was the way he could retain his neutral buoyancy, just like scuba divers. You have to have a certain amount of air, and it's all a weight thing. It's called neutral buoyancy, so you can remain upright while you're swimming. So he closed off these chambers, and he grew bigger and bigger and bigger. And as he grew bigger and bigger, he ate more. He was out in the world more. He did a lot more things. He grew bigger and bigger, and then he eventually got this big. And then he died, and something happened. Probably got eaten. Some of these ammonites can be giant, and that's when you see them in a science museum. Those particular pieces, like the one we pulled up on our website for $8,850, are collector's pieces. That's something that you buy, and it'll be invaluable because you can never get one again. Not that price, No way, no how. So if you're a collector and you want to put that in your repertoire of unbelievable stuff, I think there's a budget pay on that too of the $8,000. But I don't have $8,000 to spend on a stone. But I do have $59.99, and look at that. So what do these do also? It is said that these, because of that spiral effect, they suck in the negativity, they spiral it around, it gets trapped right there in that little black spot in the center, and then it releases positive magic. Bam. For $59.99, you're going to get something that's between 60 to 240 years old. Now, also, I'm going to show you that some of them have this really cool stone. Ilias, thanks for the flashlight. I'm using it a lot. So if you can look right here on this particular one, it's like a cave. And in that cave is another stone called aragonite. So this is ammonite, aragonite, amylite, and it's a fossil that's been petrified for $59.99. Okay, everybody who's watching on all these different platforms, these are giant. These are giant. Look at them. Giant. $59.99. You can have a piece of history. Not only history from a couple hundred years ago. This isn't United States history. This is dinosaur history. I have a testimony from Karen L. These are so interesting. I just like to look at them and wonder what the world was like when they lived. I have bright flashes of red on mine that looks like flames from a fire. So pretty. Another person, Jean. I think this is so cool to have something so old and so perfect. And that's the thing. These are old and they're perfect. I've been to a lot of shows to buy ammonites. My sister bought, she wanted a pair. She just moved into a new house. And so she wanted a pair of these to put in her new built-in bookshelves. I went to a show. I could only find pieces that were broken. So what I mean broken, like if there's a piece like this broken off the end, it's not perfect. It's now become damaged. But that might have happened in the shipping process. It might have happened in the polishing process. It might have happened when they were trying to unearth it. But you don't throw something like this away and go, well, it's not perfect, we're not going to sell it. I'm just saying that at the time I was looking for them, a lot of the ones that I was finding were imperfect. And you can buy a perfect set for $59.99. Now also, remember, Shop LC has a 30-day money-back guarantee. Let's say you buy these ammonites, you decide they're not your cup of tea. I don't know, they don't rock my world. I don't like the color. I don't understand. Maybe you just don't have the money. It was a purchase that you thought was groovy, and then you know something happened. You can return them. You have 30-day money-back guarantee. This is an amazing, amazing stone. It used to be a fossil. This can be put on budget pay. So let's say you want to buy these and you want to spread it out over 4 months. We offer the budget pay. So I'm going to show you ruler-wise, because I'm just, like I said, my hand looks large now. This is large, and I want to prove it to you with a ruler, so you get to understand how really big these are. Okay, so there it is. That is 5 inches from top to bottom. So it's a 5-inch, roughly 4 inches wide. Okay, 5 inches is pretty substantial for something that is this old and bold and cool and groovy. Now, I'm also going to tell you another fact, and I'm going to keep holding these up. You can see the fauna. This one has some red flashes there too. So, you know, every single pair is going to be entirely different. Absolutely, 100%. They will not look alike. There's not 2 humans that look alike, even twins. Very, very rare. Ammonites, no 2 will look alike. $59.99. Now also remember, I hate to say the word, but we're going to pay tariff expense. We are going to pay a lot more for these. And it's not because the stone material has gone up. It's because the tariffs are in play. So this is material that was purchased last year. It was here in-house. We didn't pay tariff on this. That's how we can give it to you at $59.99. Remember, this is going to come back. If we can locate pieces this big, it might be a long time. I have no idea. You know, we're always seeking out stuff, but it's going to be more expensive. I mean, I already know the tariffs from where I buy a lot of stuff went up 30%. That is huge. That's huge. That's like going and saying, well, we all know how eggs went up, but the tariffs are going to affect in other ways, and it's going to affect the gem and mineral business, anything that comes from another country. Now they're targeting Mexico and Canada, so it's gonna be crazy for a little bit of time. It'll probably work its way out, but it's going to happen for a little bit of time. Why not buy today when you know you can get these for a great price? Secure that purchase. Put them away for Christmas. Do all your Christmas shopping now. I keep saying live in the today. Live in the now. Because if you do all your Christmas shopping now, and 4 months from now, everything in the world is escalated in price, you will be sitting pretty. Why? Because you don't have anything to buy. You have no extra shopping to do. You've done it all. It's all in a nice closet somewhere being ready to wrap. Everybody else is whining and moaning because the stuff that they want to shop for is crazy in price. And you're going to be going, I already did all my shopping. I've done it. No worries. I can bake cookies. I can chill out. I can plan a Christmas party. I can go to Christmas parties. I don't have anything to worry about. My credit card debt's not going to be astronomical because a lot of people run out, and that week before Christmas, they run frantically to the stores and they jack up their credit cards and max them out at that 30% interest. Well, let's talk about that. Shop LC, when you put it on budget pay, it's interest free. We don't charge you any interest at all. If you have any questions, see that number right there? That number is going to be your best friend. That is our personal shopper number. You call it. It's toll free. They can answer any questions you have. They can't help you. They're not shrinks, but they can help you with any purchase that you want to make, where you want to send it, how to set up budget pay, how does shipping work. You know, they're there for you. And they will help you. If you want to buy these, and maybe you want 7 sets of them, I don't know. And then how much is budget pay going to be for 7 sets? They can do all that for you. Make it really, really easy. And why not try to use something that's, doesn't cost you any extra money. They're super friendly, and they're your best friend. But also your best friend's money in your pocket extra. So remember, $59.99 for ammonites. Please, please, please take advantage of this great savings. These are shop 13 in the comment column. Remember, over 50, you get free shipping. Put in the live 25 promo code and get your set of ammonites. I have a couple of items left, and then if I have a little bit of time, I'm just going to recap everything number-wise super fast. So, the last item that I have, second to last.
Yeah, we could actually jump into our carnelian art.
I'm going to do the pirate sphere real quick.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
Look at this. Wowza. And this is like a bocce ball. Look at the size of that. Okay, that is once again pyrite. This is mined in Peru. Price on this is going to be $109.99. After we take the live 25 promo code, it brings us down to $82.49. Now I really want, this is big, folks. So I'm going to hold it up in my hand close to the camera. This is actually the size of a bocce ball. So this is $82.49. This is going to be shop 14.
Correct.
So this is number 14 if you're interested. It does come with, first of all, this beautiful red velvet lined. See the velvet in there? With this crazy straw stuff, with the pyrite. This is the presentation. This is your presentation box. Ready? Whoa, and you can fit it in there, nested in there. Obviously, I just threw it in there quick, but you can make a little nesty for it to sit in. It's like that Swarovski diamond they sold the other day. You know, you want to have it in a nice presentation box to give to somebody. Put a card in there that talks all about the pyrite, all the stuff I've been telling you for the last 2 hours. So look at that. Look at the beautification on that. That's your Starry Night Sparkles. Okay, $82.49. I'm going to take it out real quick and just do a measurement crosswise. It is roughly 3 inches. 3 inch. Okay, I don't know how big a bocce ball is, but this is 3 inch. Crazy. Okay, I'm going to move quick and then I'm going to recap everything in the show. Last but least, what did I tell you about the carnelian? If you were there earlier, if you've been tuning in for the 2 hours, remember I told you on TikTok, the carnelian? Look at the size of this. This is 2 inches. A little bit over, almost, 2.5 inches. By, by almost 3. 2.5 by 2.5. Okay. Look at this. Oh, you took your phone back. Okay, let's see if we can get the light behind it. Okay. Elias is giving me back his flashlight. I want to show you the color of this. Look at that. You talk about burning love. Look at that. Hello, I love you, carnelian. Bam! In your face. Look at it with the light behind it. Wow, it does look like a heart, like an actual, like your heart. Okay, so, at least I don't know how to shut that off.
No worries.
So, what are we charging for this carnelian heart? Well, we were charging $19.99, but 25% off brings it down to a whopping $14.99.
Correct.
Now, this has got a sticker on the back. Every single one will be entirely different. I love that veining. Carnelian, good for the root chakra. That red is the color of passion, the color of fire, the color of energy. This is going to be shop 15 in the comment bar. Shop 15 for $14.99. This is fiery. This is a stone that does bring you love and compassion, that fiery, sexy energy you want. It also grounds you to the world so you feel stable. And you know what? When I say that, if you're in a relationship and your heart is full, you feel stable, you feel secure. So this stone resonates with all that stuff. And it can be yours for $14.99. $14.99. Have a little passion in your life. Have a little love. That color is just beautiful and fiery. I'm going to put that behind it again. Look at that. That is just unbelievable. Unbelievable. And when a stone has that translucency that you can actually see through, that light gets behind it, it really, really shows you the veining in the stones. This is mined in Madagascar. And carnelian, it's like I said, it's a grounding stone for that root chakra. It's also for the heart chakra. And it's just cool that this is cut into a heart shape. Now remember, every one is going to be entirely different. Here's the back side. If you want to give somebody some love, give them a carnelian. If you know what, if you have kids in your life, like I said, Christmas time, Christmas shopping, I know that in the bottom of my stocking every year, I got an orange. And then we got like pencils and other stuff. Not expensive stuff. But, you know, can you imagine putting this in your Christmas stocking for your kids? Can you imagine giving this to like somebody that's a caretaker that maybe takes care of your mom or somebody in your family, and you just want to say, you know what, I love that you take care of my mom, and this is just a token. This is a great piece to give as a gift. I can think of a million people that deserve to have a little carnelian heart. Do we have any? Can you pull up any comparison?
Yes, let me see.
So Elise is going to pull up a comparison on how much this would be on another website. So we have the ability to do that. We are getting better and better at these live shows, and it's a lot of fun. When we first started out, we were doing it a little bit differently, but we have the capability now. But $14.99 for something that is so beautiful like this. Remember, you can send this to anybody you want. It's a gift that I'm looking what he's doing. So this is mined out of Madagascar. And remember, that translucency, every stone is going to be different. It might have more red. It might have more orange. This reminds me of a warm sunset. And this is a little fob here. When you look at it, it's got like veining in it. You can see it's like a vein almost. It's just so, stones and gems and minerals are so interesting. And this color on this is just, and he's got it. Okay, so right behind me, this is a comparison on another website. Well, there's the personal shopper number. We'll go over that again. That in case you need any help at all with any of your shopping needs here at Shop LC, we have a comparison coming up. I can read it, at least if you can't. It's $88 for the same stone. Same heart shape, $88. Oh, and he pulled it up. And there it is. And look at the color on that. That's not nearly as good. Look at the color difference. This is, and I hate to say it, inferior. It is. This is an inferior colored carnelian. You don't have that reds, that beautiful autumn. You have more yellow on this and white. And that white takes away from really the beautiful color. And $88. $14.99 here, $88 there, shop here. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through everything that we've shown for the last 2 hours and tell you the number so that in case you're interested, you can put the number in that comment in case you missed anything and you tuned in the last hour. Okay, so this would be Shop 1. Shop 1 was our fabulous labradorite.
Correct.
Okay, Shop 1. Shop 2. This one's a steal deal. This one came out to $14.99. So I'm telling you folks out there, hello, you should be buying a crap load. Oh, I shouldn't say that. You should be buying a boatload of these because these are my favorite deal today. So every time I do the show now, I'm going to point out my favorite stone and my favorite deal. Favorite deal is the labradorite. Shop 2. Shop 3 is going to be your massive amethyst. Okay? Shop 3, massive amethyst. This came down to 202. I remember that. Shop 4 is going to be your hematite, which I call Golden Moon Healer. And this is quartz with iron and sometimes hematite in it, but mostly iron in this. So hematoid quartz, shop 4. And then you have your choice of your mushrooms. Okay? These came out to $12.99 or $14.99 each. These were shop 5, and you have your variation of sizes. They're both the same price for you get your larger or your smaller. Shop 6 is your beautiful green fuchsite. And remember, I put a blue light on this and it fluoresces. This is usually grown naturally with ruby. So we have ruby fuchsite. This is just the fuchsite part. So this will illuminate with a blue light. Then you have your spheres. Your first one is going to be shop 7. And that's your red jasper. And you can look at, almost looks like Tiffany glass, the way that's done. And that's natural how it comes out of the ground. Shop 7. Shop 8 is going to be your fabulous, heart-warming rose quartz that everybody needs. This is a self-love stone, great stone to have. And then we go into our chrysocolla. This is shop 9. This helps with the heart chakra also, the throat chakra, chrysocolla. And then we go into, this was my favorite. So the best buy was the labradorite. Best buy. Best buy was shop 2. Best pick is going to be shop 10. And that's that tourmaline sphere. All right, so that's my pick, labradorite and tourmaline. You got to try both of those in your life. They will change it. And then we go down to our bing, bang, boom. This was the flower agate. This is going to be agate black, shop 11. Shop 11. And then we skip that one. And then we went shop 12 is going to be your pyrite, pyramid. Comes in the presentation box. Remember, pyrite mined in Peru. Money, lucky stone, used as a mirror. This will be shop 12. And this was a great price. I remember that because I aired it at 57. I think we had it for 39. Then they brought it down to 29. So if you like that pyrite, you should be getting that. And then we had the cool stone that nobody has because these are 240 million years old. Your ammonite pairs are going to be shop 13. Today's the 13th. Easy number to remember. Happy birthday, Lois. I love you, Mom. Shop 13 on the ammonite pieces. And then we go into the massive pyrite sphere. So I've made it a little nesty. You can see I sort of squished it down there. This is large and in charge. This weighs a lot. Great price on this too. Shop 14. And last but least, I've given you, my audience today, a piece of my heart. Any time I'm spending, I'm giving you a piece of my heart. And there it right is, that carnelian heart. And this is going to be $14.99. A great buy. This is that beautiful carnelian, fiery, good for the root chakra. This is a fabulous stone. So, if you've seen anything you like in the 2 hours, please buy it. Great prices. I showed you my picks. I will be here every Tuesday, Eastern Time, 7 to 9, Midwest, 6 to 8. Please tune in. I'll have lots of great stuff. If you want me to air certain stuff, email it. If you want more stones, email it. If a certain stone that you are dying to see that we haven't shown or you've seen it on the live TV, email it, and then we'll try to pull that together and present it at next Tuesday. And anybody. So everybody out there, I know that your time is valuable. This is what I enjoy doing. It's so much fun. I get to touch and feel and shop and work with great people and great stones. And these stones, hopefully, if you did buy them, maybe they'll change your life a little bit. And I do believe in it, that metaphysical, like I said, your body is an energy temple. Take care of your temple. Put your best foot out there forward. My tagline is, don't fade away, shine bright like a diamond. Every day is important, and take advantage of it. Anyway, folks, it's been a pleasure, and I'll see you next Tuesday, same time, same place. You can go on to our live TV if you want, and you can shop everything I've shown you behind the scenes. So have a great night. Happy Tuesday. Taco Tuesday! And I'll see you next week, everybody. Bye-bye.
All right, I'm gonna bring this down real quick.
And my phone died. I'm sure people are going to be like, what happened?
Yeah, I was wondering why that happened.
Because you know what? It was using so much energy to film it that it wasn't able to catch up. I don't know. But I did my best. It was a good show. Enjoyed it. I enjoy working with you all the time.